Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's boardzy, and this is going to be a review of the Flick Fire. This is a mouse that was designed by Npen, who is big in the Fortnite scene, so this does beat out the Booga mouse as the best ever mouse designed by a Fortnite player. But yeah, this has been marketed a lot by sending it out to pros who are currently using it, and it's clearly a capable mouse. I don't think it is like the best of the best, especially at its price point. But yeah, this is going to be a review. As for the shape and weight, it does come in at 60 grams with a kind of long, low profile type of shape. And yeah, due to the color, a lot of people are asking if this is a Lamzu Maya X clone, and it's not. It's definitely, like I said, lower profile, thinner. But it does still have some length to it. It has a solid hump for me when I claw grip. It doesn't feel as like locked in or just high and kind of wide as something like a GPX or a Viper V3 Pro, but I totally see how somebody could prefer this, whether it be for like a relaxed fingertip palm grip. It's just a safe design, you know, that's the way to put it. This could very well be an OEM mold that's been used on other mice, but it's not something that's come across my desk previously. But yeah, this just has many markings of just like an OEM design with some touched up specs, which do feel good. Like the clicks are a Huano white dot transparent shell, which I don't think I've ever seen in a mouse before. Apologies for that. But one thing I notice is in Fortnite especially, sometimes you are going to be slamming your clicks, whether subconsciously or not, and these do sound very loud. I don't know if that's just like a shell thing, but you hear pressing normally and then slamming it. The same effect is not there on all mice. I'm not really saying that's either a good or a bad thing, it certainly is. And one concern I do have is there is a good amount of side-to-side grinding on the left click, which is definitely the click I have been more hard on in my time using this mouse. But yeah, just in general, the clicks are very light. There's not extremely long travel distance, fast rebound. These are very good for Fortnite, and I did not experience any double clicking when I turned the debounce setting on 1ms. There is a way to have like the debounce setting off, and click registration did seem weird in that case. Not really any issues as far as pre and post travel go. Like there's a little bit there, but that grinding is the minor concern. The side buttons, obviously, with this being designed for Fortnite, that was something I was going to judge harshly, and these are a great, like, natural placement for claw grip. An issue a lot of mice make is they're just too far back, or just some dumb mistake, like they don't protrude from the mouse. Like, these are a very solid design. Out of the box, I was concerned these would, like, become mushy, lose their tactility, and that's really not the case after putting some decent use on them. Like, there definitely is some pre and post travel on the bottom side button, but it's a very usable experience as far as the buttons go. Scroll wheel is a TTC green encoder, extremely light click, solid scrolling as far as scroll wheel reset and scrolling up if you use that to pick up items in Fortnite. So it really does check all of those boxes. One thing I really hate is the lack of a coating, which is just such a foreign concept. Like until this came across my desk, I don't remember the last time I used a mouse without some type of rubberized coating. Of course, you can throw grip tape on it, but just like the bare plastic ABS feeling, it is a crazy one. And while it doesn't make the mouse unusable, I already mentioned that this is a low profile mouse. It doesn't flare out a ton towards the back. I mean, just look at it compared to an XM2W. So it's already kind of like not super consistent towards the back of my hand, and this makes it just slip a little bit more. I still can like maintain a stable grip, but it's just not a shape that I prefer. Weight wise, this is 60 grams. It's advertised a few grams lower. I know it does have a 500 milliamp hour battery, which is pretty big. So you could definitely save a few grams with a lighter battery. I doubt anybody's going to do that. But yeah, this definitely does not feel like a $120 offering. And I hate to like make a negative review, but it just does feel like something that could be found on AliExpress for like $50 to $70 maybe. The mouse skate design is also a bit unfortunate, not just due to the material. Like the size of the skates themselves are awkward. They don't even like go to the edge of the mouse, which does, even on cloth pads, allow for some wobbling. I didn't even bother testing this on a glass pad. I will say though, the 3395 implementation, specifically when I had high speed mode and like long distance mode turned on, it did feel like spectacular. Like it felt like a really solid sensor, and the sensor position is on the higher end. So I can speak positively to the sensor experience going up to 2000 hertz polling rate, because of course anything higher than that is not going to be good on Fortnite. So there's really not a ton for me to say. I don't want to just like make a negative, like harsh review bashing this, but yeah, most people familiar with the mouse market will probably know to just avoid this. $120. I feel like even at 100 it would be a bit steep, but 120, I mean, when you can get a Viper V3 Pro for $10 more, a GPX for the same price, Zowie, Vaxi, Endgame gear like in that same price range, I can't recommend the Flick Fire. But a V2 version of this down the line with some improvement, like maybe that could be spectacular. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. I know I didn't go too into depth about the shape, the weight, anything like that. But yeah, it just feels like such a basic shape. Oh yeah, and there's these ridges on the clicks, which don't affect me at all. It's an interesting choice, though. So yeah, it's going to be about all. I'm not going to deny that Fortnite players much more talented than myself are capable of using this at the highest level. And honestly, if I main this, I could certainly get used to it. But it's just, it does feel more like a budget offering. Not certain about the long-term quality, and just shortcomings like bad skates and a bad coating. It's acceptable on like a $40, $50 mouse, but at this price, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Like and sub if you enjoyed. Peace out.